Hello and welcome. My name is Troy Ann Williams, and I am a breakthrough coach. I focus on helping people to break free from their self-sabotage barriers and behaviors. And one of the tools that is available to you through the Break Free University is a tool for doing forgiveness work. And the name of this tool is The Journey of Forgiveness. And it is a manual and a journal combination. So the manual piece of it will give you instructions on how to go through the journey of forgiveness process, and then the journal itself will give you the opportunities for processing your forgiveness work.
We're going to be talking about forgiveness today. I want to talk to you about the concept of this forgiveness work, and I want to help you get started on your forgiveness work, because most people think of forgiveness work as forgiving the other person for what they did, and it's kind of I forgive you, and so now I'm going to let you back in my life, and and I forgive you, so it's okay now. But with this forgiveness work, it is about getting out the crap that person dumped into your life when they were there. So it's about forgiveness, but it's not about letting them back into your life if it's someone toxic who doesn't need to be in your life. And it's not about saying that their behavior was okay in any way, shape, or form. You and I have talked about the concept of having a beach ball. You're in a swimming pool and you have a beach ball, and you're taking that beach ball and trying to hold it underwater. Well, when we have suppressed angers and frustrations and things that have built up over the years, it's a lot like trying to hold that beach ball underwater. And so this forgiveness work is about deflating that beach ball so that you're not having to exert subconscious levels of energy to hold back this frustration and anger that we have from things that happened in our past. And the thing that I find is that most of us, when we have suppressed angers and frustrations and things that have built up, the beach ball pops up to the surface and we end up getting mad at or expressing our frustration at someone. What we're really internally mad about had nothing to do with that person. They just ended up being the person who got the brunt of it. So then the full concept here is that this is all about helping you to get rid of the internal crap, literally crap, that is toxic, that you're holding inside of yourself, that is toxic not only to you, but it causes you to be toxic to other people. And, often it does turn out to be people that we love and people that we would never want to hurt intentionally, because usually the people who love us and we love them, it's kind of safe. It feels like it's safe to get angry at them, when we're upset about something. But, of course, as you know, we end up putting dings in that relationship, and, you put enough dings.
To me, it's a torpedo through someone's hull. I mean, I can't even say ding. I mean, I take these people out of the water. I could just tell. And sometimes I wish it would be a total stranger. If I had to make a choice between someone that I know and someone I don't know, I'd never do it to someone that I don't know. Well, plus, it's such an inappropriate way to actually. You're not fixing a problem. You're just creating a bigger one.
That's true. That's true. And I like the term that you used, the torpedo.
Because when you said ding, it felt really inappropriate from the level that I'm feeling and the level I'm sure the people that I do this to are feeling, and so it really feels like it has to be a massive verb to describe this.
Well, let me tell you real quickly where this process came from, because I think...
Can I interject 1 second?
Absolutely.
It's a question I have, though. I mean, because it keeps popping in my head when we talk about forgiving, and I know we say forgiving other people, but I feel like it's somewhere that I feel like I need to do that for myself as well.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge part of this. And we will get to that point. What typically happens is, as you're forgiving other people and other situations from your past, the forgiving yourself part comes up spontaneously, which is another really nice part of this process, because This process is not about being nice and sweet. This is, let me back up a step and tell you where this came from. Years ago, I was sitting in a class called the Whole Life series. And so it was probably the third or fourth week into the program. And the person who was instructing the class, her name is Karen, she was talking about how forgiveness is a universal part of every religion out there teaches forgiveness. And she said, for example, Jesus taught to forgive 7 times 70. And she said, and this is the part that really hit me, she said, have you ever tried to forgive someone or something 490 times? And I mean, it just knocked my socks off, because at that time, I had really been trying to find some resolution to my terrible relationship with my father. And so I didn't hear another thing she said the whole night long, because I'm sitting there thinking about, oh my God, I wonder if I could actually forgive my dad 7 times 70 and, 490 times. So I literally came home that night, and I'll just scroll down real quick. These pages right here of the Journey of Forgiveness, right. I created these pages that night, and I made a journal that was, as you can see the numbers on here, that had 490 opportunities for me to forgive. And my intention was to spend the whole time, forgiving my dad of all the things that I, felt like had been injustices to me as, when I was growing up. So I took this and I printed it, and I literally took it to the printer and had it bound in a little spiral binding, and I put it by my bedside, and I would work on it every single night. Now, the piece of this journal that I think is so significant is that I allowed this journal to be a very safe place for me to express all of the anger that I was holding inside. And there is something magical in those words, I forgive. There was a point at which it spontaneously turned into forgiving myself, and there was a point at which I was done with it. And I never got to 490, because it really doesn't take that long. When you allow yourself to experience that rebellious child of getting it out of your system, and what I referred to at the time was, I felt like I was spewing out my anger, but I had a safe place to spew it to, and I was expressing it. I wasn't just taking a rubber bat and, hitting the pillow with it. I was actually expressing it. And my dad and I have this incredible relationship today. I mean, he and my mom, but my mom's always been my best friend, but now he's, my other best friend. And he doesn't know where it all happened. And when I look at it, I don't know how it all happened either, but I know for a fact it all started with this. And it actually ends up energizing you, because you've let a little bit of air out of the beach ball. And so you're no longer having to exert as much energy to, suppress those things that are bothering you and hold that beach ball under the water. And after a while, you just end up letting all the air out of the beach ball. And what happens is, and I think you can really appreciate this because we've had so many conversations around, being able to relate to other people from your internal adult. When your rebellious child and your angry parent have no more anger and have no more rebellion in them, then it frees you up to, in a moment of frustration or, when somebody says something that, feels a little like a ding, it frees up your energy so that you have the ability to say, maybe I misunderstood them. And that's what this process will do for you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through, I want to be able to give you some guidance through this process, because people tend to end up trying to be too nice. They try to, stay on the surface level. And so I'm going to be walking with you through this journey to help you take it to a deeper level, or to, really get in touch with what you're really pissed off about. and to be really raw and really honest, because that's what's going to let the air out of the beach ball.